Down goes Bobby. Bobby! In the words of King Hill. Bobby! She acting a fool. Listen, so we got to talk about Bobbi Althoff. I can't even say her last name. She's crashing out. She's crashing out. This is a mama. This is a mama supposed to be doing mom duties. And she's out here with Ari, whatever her name is, something, in a strip club doing, I don't know what you would call that move. But yeah. She's crashing out, and we got to start to acknowledge this is not just one person. This is like the canary in the coal mine. See, what most guys don't understand is that there's a scene going on in America, which I'm calling it in 2030 the Great Crash Out. And what the Great Crash Out involves is people ruining their lives for internet clout and pretty much for just internet clout and just because they don't have any self control. Because the pandemic has done a number on many folks, many folks. And so what we're starting to identify is what this crash out is. You're starting to see behavior like this that doesn't make any sense. Now, some people will say, "Oh man, you're hating on her because she's having fun." I'm like, oh, that's not the problem, having the fun. This was a married woman who had a child. Married woman had a child, and she didn't divorce her husband. The husband divorced her. So Bobby was probably crazy in college. I can almost assure she was crazy in college. A lot of white girls be crazy in college. And you could tell because the tattoo on the forearm and the back. So that means she was out here really doing it. And so she was able to secure a man. And upon securing the man, she got the bright idea that I should host a podcast. I should host a podcast in which I kind of bring on famous people and I try to troll them. And from that, she was able to gain internet stardom, like most people. Now, this wasn't a sustainable long-term plan. And the husband, I don't know what this nigga was thinking. I don't know why you would allow rappers and other people of celebrities to come into your house and be interviewed by your wife as she tries to troll them in an attempt to be funny. And it was kind of funny at first. Like most things in life, most things are kind of funny at first. But here's the problem. The great problem when it comes to like entertainment is you have to evolve. And if there's no evolution within the content, it begins to grow old and stale and people grow tired of your act. Especially in this particular age in which that entertainment, there's so many forms of it and there's so many people giving entertainment that like if you don't keep ramping up and taking it to the next level, like kind of like a stand-up artist like Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle is very interesting because Dave Chappelle, he doesn't just do one thing. It's like every stand-up you learn something new. He's part philosopher / educator / entertainer, but he does philosophy in the form of education. I mean, in the form of entertainment and stand-up. But that's not what Bobby's doing. What Bobby does is she attempts to play this very shy and weird and awkward character, and to make the interview as awkward and weird as possible, in an attempt to garner internet clout. Now, what did she mean to do with this internet clout? I don't think she thought past the internet clout part. I just thought she thought it would be a good idea to interview people and to try to make them uncomfortable by being a cute girl who does weird and quirky things. Now we have entered into the stage of like sadness because she is going through it. She's at strip clubs and clubs hanging out with black people, and that's not a good sign. And not to say black people are not good, but this is not the type of people that you want to be hanging out with. You don't want to be hanging out with this class of entertainer and people because they are also crashing out. Most entertainers and rappers and these motherfuckers, they're crashing out. Now, what she should have did was play the role as a wife and a mom, enjoy the beautiful life that she had with her daughter and her husband, and take her child care very seriously and to grow and change and evolve into a respectable woman and mother. But instead, she chose internet clout and TikTok clout, Instagram clout, and YouTube clout. Now, she spends her time being talked about by me and other hosts of internet people because we are very confused and slightly alarmed as what the long-term plan of this was. And once again, it had to be bad. It had to be bad because she was married to a rich man with a child, and the man decided, you know what, this ain't worth it. I'm fucking divorcing your ass. So now we have this, she's just out here in public doing weird shit. Doing weird dances and twerking, and dudes are confused. Like, look at everybody on their phone. And it's very confusing. It makes no sense. If you're like me, if you're a concerned citizen of America, what you're going to start to know is that other women will follow suit because a lot of women like to follow. So now the question becomes, what does the future hold for Bobbi Althoff? What does it hold? And what I predict is a great decline in viewership and guest, and eventually the inevitable tumble towards obscurity, which is typically the fate for most internet superstars that do not know how to take the money and the wealth that they have and then expand it into other business and ventures so they can then become entrepreneurs and moguls. Because that really should be the point of all entertainers. You should take the information that you get and all the things that you do and then become a mogul, like Rick Ross, like funny Marco. They didn't just get the money, or like Country, whatever his name is, Country Wayne. They didn't just become like funny and then just stay funny guys. They started to expand to other avenues so they can then be able to capitalize upon the money and the wealth because they understand none of this shit lasts forever. And sadly, I don't think Bobbi recognized that because once again, she had the golden life, which is a rich husband, a child, and she chose the internet clout. So I say this to say, young ladies, let this be a lesson to you. Do not choose internet clout over a family. Your family is the most important thing because when 10 or 5 years from now, when she's not as cute, she will look back on these moments and say, wow, I wasted a golden opportunity to be hanging out with Ari Fletcher in a club, doing a weird dance, pretending to be quirky while my life is in shambles. Pray, people. Pray for the great crash out because it will come for all of us.